Round two. Gang, gang, gang. We back at it.
Obviously, since we're wearing the same clothing, this is all recorded at once.
Same day.
Yeah, same
keep
day.
It working. Same book.
Yes, sir.
Same pen.
Analog, bro. It's analog. It's analog. You don't need phones and
analog writing device, and still on the same drink.
Analog drinks.
Analog drinks.
I'm
too early.
Shit, I'm not gonna lie. It seems like the world's gonna go to hell in probably like the next 15 years.
We in the fucking building. We're about to go through round two.
I'm too early.
But I'm pretty sure I did. Okay. Sorry, internet, if we're incorrect.
Oh.
I just realized we're probably gonna have to compress the shit out of this audio.
Oh, true.
Just cause like.
We in the fucking building.
I'm too early.
Today's track is Cad Bane by Equinox Ubiquitous. I have not opened up this project file in probably like a month and a half at least. So it's been a little bit since I've thought about this. I'm probably gonna hate it now, cause that's how engineers work.
We've got him now, boss.
This is the end of you, bionic bunny.
All day. Fill it with water. I'll drown unless I drink it all.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I do my thing, y'all. Get on up. Come on, I do my thing, dog. Get on up. Yeah, I do my thing, just get on up. Y'all need to get on up. You need to get on up. Come on, I do my thing, y'all. Get on up. I do my thing, dog. Get on up. Come on, I do my thing, just get on up. Y'all need to get on up. Y'all need to come on. Hey yo, aim on the countdown, blast on the floor. Cause here comes some wild boys to knock down your door. Give them one shot, make them come back for more. But first things first, get your ass on the floor. Hands up, stick 'em up, stick 'em up. Just got the funds, call the crew to pick 'em up. Too much for the whip, load that shit in the truck before the feds get here and have us all locked in cuffs. Now we driving eastbound, headed straight for the crib. Got too many stacks to count and we got the place lit. Bugging out. Got the mayor on the phone, told him shut the fuck up on some shit like Al Capone. Politicking nice as I watch my Game of Thrones. Now it's money time, weapons all in my zone. It's like they used to say, born alone, die alone. And when my time's up, dip my body in chrome. Yo, the future's here and I want the nice life without having to ask you carry if the price is right, stocks is finite. I straighten up and fly right to new heights, too nice when I bust mics till twilight. Now they asking, real talk is we lie, shit. My lines will make a nigga take 5 like Brubeck, move back. Shit, I'll hit your ass with 2 texts, 2021, what the fuck, yo, I do that. I do my thing, y'all. I do my thing, dog. I do my thing, just y'all need to, you need to. I do my thing, y'all. I do my thing, dog. I do my thing, just y'all need to do. And I be fresh as infancy, best trained in infantry, armed like centipedes. Damn, I hate to be my enemy. Massive pill energy, gotta mention me. Crime for centuries, yo, my name will live in infamy. Hit up the embassy, chill out, live expensively, spit intentionally for folks. I be demented, representing, smile for women. I'm flipping. My destiny, that's the way I gotta be. Folks drop when I get down, first when I spit down. Slick kid from downtown, profound, still like Motown. Hustle, get the dough now, Bill Russell, who the goat now? You wanna go now? No doubt, we can show down. All day I do this, spit ruthless, cause confusions. You live delusions, my rhymes is like nukes and fusions. Who's protrusion? I'm both the problem and solution. In the game, see my music's Cad Bane, the way I do it. I do my thing, y'all. I do my thing, dog. I do my thing, just y'all need to, you need to. I do my thing, y'all. I do my thing, dog. I do my thing, just y'all need to, y'all need to.
I know you know that there's something out there somewhere. And I know you know that we're right here, right there. touch that wheel, let it free your soul. Pieces of my mind, let it go. Always getting cold, yeah. I don't care at all, give it right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shout out to Equinox the Ubiquitous.
Equinox Ubiquitous.
Fucking awesome name. Yeah. Fucking super dope vibes. Yeah. I want to work with y'all. That shit was crazy. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
He produced it. He recorded. Ooh, wow, is that clip?
Hey, what's up? The clippity clips.
I don't know.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. I realized I'm incredibly like I've had half of this. I've eaten all day.
Oh, you haven't eaten all day?
I'm definitely drunk.
Ooh.
Doing good.
Definitely feeling that.
Yeah, I'm
definitely feeling that.
No doubt. Anyways.
So, one of the things that I wrote down is...
Yeah.
I got a couple things. One, the power of pads.
Yeah.
I think pads are just so interesting because when I listen to music, off of first listen, I never really noticed that a pad's in there, especially with other instruments. But soon as I realized that, like, oh shit, you know, shit's airy and floaty, and I feel like I'm on cloud somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa. So shout out to the pads for just
holding it down, man.
Holding it down to make the atmosphere, but also allowing kind of like, because you know pads usually they have some kind of motion to them, either a crescendo or they're going in and out phases. You can put anything on a pad, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that they kind of, depending on how like rapid the settings are, it kind of like frees up the rhythm of the song when it has a chance to really shine, and you get that kind of free fall moment, you know, in those songs. So
yeah, totally.
I love the use of the pad. When it came up around towards the end, that was just
when he started singing.
Can we play that shit again? Because that shit was fire.
Like, especially right around.
I do my thing just y'all fresh as infancy, best trained in infantry, armed like centipedes. Damn, I hate folks drop when I get down, first when I spit down. Slick kid from downtown, profound, fiddle like Motown.
And then he gets more intense.
Always getting cold, yeah. I don't care at all.
I love this one. It's just so pretty. And all it is chords. Like, you can program this in probably 10-15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a really simple pad too. Like, this is not anything super complex.
Sounds like the stock kind of.
Right, exactly. Yeah. They're Logic users.
Logic.
Most everyone I know is Logic.
Tyler the Creator uses Logic.
Yeah, he does.
I was glad to get that reconfirmed. Because I was like, what do some of these people use when they produce? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I feel like Logic is a good answer. Like it's like I could recommend Logic to basically anyone.
Yeah.
Like whether you're getting into mixing, mastering, recording, producing, whatever. Even if you're just like a guitar player and you want a DAW just to fuck around with.
Yeah.
I think like Logic is a super solid option right now. It has a lot of sounds. It has a lot of like things you could do.
If you get Logic and you're a first time person like making music, you don't need anything else for really years on end until you're honestly, like you really, because that gives you loops, pretty good stock instrument plugins,
for real,
decent reverbs, and then everything else that you need for mixing and effects. You pretty much get it in a concise package.
Like they have plenty of EQs. They have plenty of emulations too. Like I remember in class, Dunson would pull out all of like Logic's versions of XYZ thing. Yeah. Obviously, at some point, you know, if you're in music, you're gonna want to like have your own sound, whatever that.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna be honest, I use like 10 plugins over and over.
Really?
Yeah.
I have ever since I got the Apollo X8.
Yeah.
Definitely been using more UAD things, but I think something that's always on my track is a guitar rig thing.
Yeah.
Because that just gets shit just interesting immediately.
Yeah, because guitar rigs are like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like when they were building, I don't know what it is, but like a guitar being like the first electric instrument.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, internet, but like the way that guitar manufacturers have gone about it, especially electric guitar, like and like the whole atmosphere of pedals and stuff. Yeah. Like I feel like they've really capitalized on the weird shit. Like you can do the most with guitar.
That shit gets wonky.
Yeah.
It's more than a flanger out here.
It's more than a flanger out here. Yeah.
For real.
So I have, dude, in my setup, low-key, audience can't see this, but I have a drawer full of guitar pedals.
Really?
Just for reamping.
Oh shit!
Deadass,
okay,
just for like sending out of my DAW, back into it, just so I can use.
No, that's what's up. Is it still the same like wood board that you
made? Those are somewhere around here. I don't know
bet.
where I put them.
Yeah.
But like this really cheap ass delay, this Behringer.
Yeah.
It cost me like what, $10-15 bucks. But then like I modded it so that like the repeat rate is super slow.
Really?
And so it sounds like it's being the bits are going lower and lower. That's what it sounds like.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a...
No, that's what's interesting though. Did you like solder and everything?
No. All it is like it's a little thumb screw in there.
Wow.
That you can adjust. Yeah. It made it pretty easy. Just gotta open it up and twist it. Super simple.
That is so true. Yeah. Though with analog gear, is that a lot of the times with it, like it was just like you screw something in or screw something like out a little bit to make some of the different effects.
I feel like with digital, like a lot of like the newer gear, they want it's Apple is like a great example. They don't want you to fuck with it. They want you to like keep it in its box. They want you to make sure that like that when it breaks that you send it to a repair tech. Yeah. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily. But I wanna tinker. Like
stuff,
like here at First Wave we have like a little shop in the back just for tinkering, just so we can like, you know, fix stuff as it breaks.
Oh my gosh,
all of our stuff is like for the most part like custom, like like we have modded microphones, we have modded guitars, basses, the whole gamut.
I love it. Honestly, computers. For the people that are listening and watching, hit the comments or something, because the back room, very interesting. It's like walking into the Joker's back room or something.
Yeah. If y'all want to see it,
definitely an Easter egg.
We could do a tour. We could do a tour someday.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, we could do a tour of this space too. I mean, they can only really just see the drum set.
Right. Another thing I wanted to bring up: guitar solos in music, and today, as a general, I feel like they're underappreciated.
But I feel like they're coming up again.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like in the 80s, they were a huge thing, obviously. Like
gigantic. Saxophone, guitar, all that. Drum. Yeah.
Whether it's rock, soul, or whatever, they all had solos. But like nowadays, I feel like in the 2000s and 2010s they kind of went away.
Yeah,
like
they definitely died off.
Yeah, even in like rock music, it was more like rhythm based stuff. Like with the grunge music and stuff, like there were very few guitar solos.
That is true too. Yeah.
But then like mid 2000s it started like, or you know, more like late 2010s. I feel like there's been kind of a resurgence.
Really?
A little bit. I it's just a feeling, and it's not based on like empirical data. Or
True.
But it's just like I feel like there are more songs with cool instrumental parts that are leads that are not just like background music.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Maybe that I've just been like finding different music though.
Yeah, because I feel like there were certain points. I can give a couple examples of some guitar solos or solos that I remember, and I'm speaking basically for hip hop in general. Yeah. But the first one that comes in mind is Childish Gambino, "All She Needed" or whatever the song is called, with Chance the Rapper. They had a pretty gnarly guitar solo. Another one, Kendrick Lamar, Section 80, that's like cool. The final song, Absol outro. Yeah, they had a fire saxophone solo that I still remember every note and can sing. But those are like the last two, really in hip hop that I've seen it. I remember. Speaking of solos, then we'll change up. But there was so Bryson Tiller for his like I think it's "Don't" or something, his song. He's like, break it down now. And the beat doesn't even change. Like, it's just him not saying anything. And it's just the beat doing what it's been doing for the first, like, minute 30 seconds.
The producer got lazy.
I was upset because he would, like, break it down now. I'm just like, it's the same thing, dude. Like, but, no, this track was beautiful, beautiful. I loved all the elements.
Yeah, I think it's Sam Radecki on guitar. Okay. One half of Bad News Records. Yeah. Or 1/3 of Bad News Records. But he does a good job with it. He sent me, I think, like raw tracks, and I sent it in through, if I can find it. Yeah, I sent it through just a little bit of EQ. Is that really it? Damn. Oh, this is the lead. This is the lead. Gnarly as hell. Yeah. EQ and delay. That's all we needed.
We need guitar solos and just
everything.
We just need them playing somewhere random in the world. You go outside, you just hear a
guitar
solo. Just somebody shredding some shit.
Yeah.
That shit was beautiful. Can we play that back again?
Yeah, yes, sir. I love how the vibraphone takes over. The Did
you have that fade in too?
Yeah, it just comes in, and then it slowly creeps up.
Question I had about the drums, are they real and processed?
No, they're definitely all samples.
Yeah.
I remember he brought in the Logic project file one time, and I think I remember seeing all MIDI and stuff.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just gonna solve this real quick. For a little trick for you guys, if something's clipping but just barely, just pull out a limiter.
Very true.
Just pull out any limiter, and then here we'll use the most default.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna. Barely.
Definitely put that. I like that they call it a brick wall on Reaper. I like that. I fuck with that.
I think for the most part, yeah. I mean, it's very simple.
True. Because I think in other ones, it's like ceiling and all that.
Yeah.
But no, this is dope though. This is really, really dope. Shout out to the limiters. Shout out to we got to give it up for the stock plugins because they don't ever really add any saturation or
Exactly. I'm not
anything else.
When I'm trying to do something like this, like an EQ move like this,
Yeah.
bro, I'm not trying to get any color from that shit.
That's
Or
the
if-
one thing with these fancy plugins that you pay
Yeah,
for. Sometimes they're like, ooh, let's add a little something that they can't see.
Right, exactly. Because
like,
because sometimes I just want a really clean EQ and that's it,
facts.
or like a really really clean compressor.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I've used one in this track. Like I'm sure I used a recompressor. And let's see if I'm lying or not.
Because honestly, that's the kind of thing I learned with UAD. UAD's great, but
Yeah, they
if you're mixing regular kind of stock sounds with stock plugins and then mixing with UAD gear, it can definitely get a total different sound.
Yeah, most
And you could
definitely.
be hours into a mix and be like, okay, it's because this Teletronics, this is why it's kind of so beefy right here.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, okay.
Sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
It's that UAD with a couple, especially the main ones that I've seen in studios. It's really more for like a taste kind of thing,
Right. You
Rather
want to use
than
it subtly.
It's never like to be like boom boom. This is the
Use this
on
on every track.
everything.
Yeah, no, fuck no.
For real,
I
for
find
real.
that like I like the most color on vocals. And shit.
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
where I tend to like
facts.
put the most. I'm sure if I like open this one up, yeah, it's like 1176 compressor.
Yeah.
But I use like stock gates and stuff.
Depending on instruments that I get, I know I really like. I forgot which one is, but it's like a Neve plugin.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I used
yeah,
that on. I think I used it on trombone in one of the tracks.
Nice.
That one was nice. You know, you get
Was
that.
it an EQ or a compressor?
It was an EQ.
Gotcha,
EQ.
yeah.
Jump. Yeah.
I love the Neve style EQs.
Yeah.
They're so clean. I wonder if I have any on this. No, I don't.
True.
Sorry.
What is this though? Slate Digital?
Yeah,
Okay,
Slate Digital. Slate's probably my favorite for like for getting like the emulations. Like I really like their latest FG2A. I don't know when that came out. I also really love their Neve style and their SSL style EQs.
I
they
like
both
it.
sound. Their distressor is amazing. I use it all the time. Probably the one that I find myself using the most though is the 1176. The blue stripe version, not the modern. And I mean, the modern one's good too, and so is this black one.
Yeah.
But
does the blue stripe like save on DSP? Or...
No, it's literally I just like the sound of it the most.
Okay.
I think the blue stripe one is just it's the cleanest without like losing that 1176 like touch to it. I've personally never even touched a real 1176, so I don't want to say like that. It sounds like an 1176.
Yeah.
It just sounds like what in my head
sounds good.
Yeah, what in my head an 1176 should sound like.
No, I get you. Got to do what sounds flavorful to you.
Exactly.
You know? Got to season the pot.
Because if I just put like standard shit everywhere, it gets a little lifeless. So you need a little bit of that weirdness to it. Like saturation, you need a little bit of it. Like
something's got to sound analog.
Yeah, some
real
sort of
world at
exciter.
least.
I love this exciter.
Exciter is
the
good.
ozone exciter.
Good. It's
Bro, it's clean,
subtle, and so precise. Really, with it.
I think Isotope makes a lot of really good, subtle shit, but that still has that flavor to it.
I ain't gonna front. Sometimes I've brought out the ozone dynamics.
Yeah.
And I was like, during the mix, I'm like, okay, I'm using it. And then as I continue mixing, I'm like, this is ruining it. Take off this dynamic shit. You know? I'm gonna just use, cause sometimes
use the shit you know.
That is facts. Exactly. That is facts though. But sometimes it just be like, dang, like maybe it's like, cause I normally use the dynamics thing on higher end things that are just like, okay, this high end's just.
Too.
But sometimes it's like really just getting that balance of not dampening it so it sounds like there's a filter on it, but taming everything for real.
Keeping those dynamics like in the zone you're comfortable with, so that they're not sticking out. I feel that. I mean, that's like one of the biggest things that I see a lot of people struggling with, especially like people who mix themselves. I'll get a lot of demos of people who aren't sure if whether or not they want to come in the studio, blah blah. So like I just have a conversation with them and I listen to their stuff. And almost number one, the thing I like hear the most is like lack of dynamic control. Like,
oh, that is true.
Most people know how to EQ like decently enough. Like most people can throw an EQ and make it work and make it sound half decent. Most people can level decently because they know what they want it to sound like. The thing people struggle with the most is like controlling the dynamics specifically of like drums and guitars and stuff that change and vocals especially. Yeah, like because it's not just flat. It's like you want it to rise a little during the choruses. You want it to fall a little during the verses.
No, that's true too. Because a lot of songs that I've been producing lately, like they might start off really like quiet, but it's like having the dynamic range really is what gives the song life. In my opinion, because it's just like
agreed.
You get those different moments in the song, and then especially with like I honestly prefer how classical music is recorded today. Yeah. Because I was listening to the Chopin album. Somebody was going through their nocturnes. I forgot who his name is, but he was killing it. So I want to say his name. Jan Saki. I'm so sorry if I messed up your name, but he killed that shit. He really did. And classical music always is going to be quieter than like everything else, but
they're raw with it.
It's I prefer it better because it just doesn't feel like you know what I mean?
The musician decides the compressor.
For real.
Yeah, the musician is the compressor. The musician is in control of the dynamics. Yeah. I'm in control of the dynamics in a
That is so true. Yeah. No, that's really because like.
Yeah, most definitely.
If you're recording, you know, like that really makes. It's almost like the person who's doing the music, playing the music, is like partly engineering.
Right. With exactly. Especially with classical, because classical is like, for those who don't know, most classical music is recorded with very minimal setups. Like like 3 to 5 mics, even like two mic stereo patterns like XY, AB, or like ORTF or any of those. Those are like the standards. Obviously, if you're getting into like Disney style orchestra recordings, they like individually mic everything because they gotta balance that shit out later.
DPA.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Shout out DPA, the cleanest. Oh, dude, DPA's went on the Mars rover.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did do that. Yeah, man.
But they're super clean. Yeah. I miss using them.
Dude, those were some nice drones. Those were some nice.
Having them at Tech was really nice. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, classical music is recorded super minimally, and then there's very, very little post processing. Yeah. Once you record, there's like that's basically what's gonna end up on the album or whatever you're recording, and so realistically, then all the saturation, EQ, compression, all that is decided by the musician, their choice of instrument, how they play. Yeah. All those things they bake in themselves.
For real.
It's not like, you know, our job as engineers in pop and rock and all those other genres that do it like that. Like we control those much more intimately than a classical engineer would.
That is true. Yeah. That is true.
Because like I remember I did an orchestra recording and the percussionists were just way too loud. Yeah. And they were a little bit younger, so they were like excitable. You know what I mean? Excited. They're excitable. That's the adjective I'm gonna go with. Okay. Yeah. But they didn't listen to me or the conductor. Okay. And the conductor was telling, "Hey, y'all need to chill out, like because we're trying to get a recording in, and if y'all play too loud, all we're gonna hear is timpani." Oof. And that's what happened. That's what happened. All we heard was timpani. Yeah. Obviously, it's
how many mics did you have set up?
Bro, it was a very simple setup, just a 2-mic AB. I didn't even do a Deca-tree or nothing. Yeah. It was like super simple, just 2 4/14s. Yeah. And then like a spot mic for the soloist. Okay. They asked for like a super like minimal thing. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I can do the traditional
that timpani thing. Is gonna ring through.
Exactly. The timpani, the kid was just like being a kid. You know what I mean? And
was it like a middle school, high school?
It was a high school.
High school, yeah.
And so like the conductor said something, I said something, but like when it came down to like the final performance and like where we were gonna get the recording, he just didn't listen. And so like that's what happens when you're doing a classical recording. Like I can't fix that in post. Not
Yeah.
easily, anyways. Like
That is true.
That's like miracle work type audio, and
That's also the difference with like classical, real instrument recordings, everything like that, is because in a studio, and really at like a small one person recording, or maybe like at a small level where everybody can just like, okay, punch me in, you know what I mean? But when it comes to everybody playing at once, I always think that that's like where real engineers shine, and great musicianships really shine too, because
agreed.
if
There's no going back.
there is no going back.
You have to, if the classical engineer has to get it right on the first try.
That's it.
And there you get one performance. Like most of the time, unless you're doing like a studio classical recording, most of the time there's only one performance. There's only going to be one take that we get, and that is going to be the final take. And the same
That'd
thing
be
with the
nasty.
musicians. Yeah.
If like you record an orchestra and they were like, "Oh no, put the fifth take for the second trumpet."
Dude,
Cut
oh
it right
god,
there.
oh no. See, but that's what some of those engineers had to do. Like if you work for Disney and you're working on like a big Disney feature film, and you have to engineer the orchestra for that. That's what they do.
Wow.
They do cut in like individual tracks like that. Like there'll be like 96 tracks of spot mics, and you have to cut in like, you know, hey, we like measures 38 through 42 of take 7 better than take 9. Could you cut that in? And then you have to, like, that's it.
I always say the most difficult though for me when it comes to recording like a band is always like if the drums are kind of off for me, because it's like,
that's the hardest part to recover.
Because it's like, dang, you got all these different takes, you didn't play it perfectly all the way through, so now we gotta take this one, but it's like you hit a cymbal and it's ringing through.
Yeah, exactly. And then the cut's not gonna be clean.
Yeah,
I know how it feels, man.
Yeah, dude.
Drums are hard, which is why I try to like. So if I'm doing a rock band, I really try to make sure that the priority is getting a solid drum take before anything else. Like I'll have the drummer play with the click and the rhythm, like the rhythm guitar part. And then like once that's set in stone, then I can start building on it. But like priority is definitely drums, getting them like as close to perfect as possible. But it's hard because drummers don't want to practice to a metronome a lot of the time.
That is true. They just wanna.
Exactly. Especially like the punk, like garage type scene. It's like that's part of the mentality. So
for real.
Whatever.
Man, I miss performing live, dog. That shit was fun. That shit was fun. Yeah. But so we
got on a big tangent there.
Whole big tangent, but you know, Cad Bane.
Yeah, Cad Bane.
Ubiquitous.
Equinox ubiquitous.
Yes.
Equinox ubiquitous. Close.
My bad. So it's only one person that produces, or is this?
Yeah. This is.
Are you kidding me?
This is all him. I'm pretty sure this is all him. I mean, he got his homies to like play guitar and drum and bass and stuff, but like all the drums are him, all those chords are him. I think
he pretty much composed it.
Yeah, he composed it like from the ground up. And the only things we did were he came into the studio to record the verses because he wanted my input, which is another thing. You know, when you're recording at home, like, and no one's telling you anything, you get a very different take than if you come into the studio and there's someone to like bounce ideas with, have a conversation about it with. That's
really true, and I think that's kind of the main thing that kind of separates some engineers and the artists, because it's like sometimes artists come in, they might have zero clue kind of how they want it to sound, and they might have zero clue how the song's really gonna go, especially if they're coming in and they're like, oh, I like this beat, let me just make something up on the fly. And I think as engineers, one, being encouraging and just keeping the momentum going, so it's not like, yeah, it is kind of mid, dude. You just gotta be like, oh no, keep going. Like, I feel what you're doing. So,
I see the potential.
You have to.
No,
you cannot be like, oh, this is mid. But that's crazy. But,
if I ever said, bro, this is mid, that'd be crushing.
Yo, when the engineer says the song is shit. Okay, because people do come into rooms and be like, this song is whatever. It might be somebody's homie, but what if the engineer was just like, this is trash?
No.
Imagine if you just like delete out.
Bro, I'm not working on this.
insane.
I'm not. If I'm getting paid for something, oh god.
Yeah,
no.
dude.
Even if I hate the song, there's like
Yeah.
a certain amount of like professionalism.
That's true.
maintain.
Dude, I think I told you this before, but I had one session, this was when I was interning, and I was like, just in the session, it was like this group of white kids. The homie was like 15-year-old, and he constantly mentioned this, like, yeah, I'm 15-year-old on the block, and whatever. And
Yikes.
they said the N-word
so
many times, and they were like, man, nigga, this shit's crazy. I'm like, this is weird. And they're like I feel like they're cool black people, but they could probably get racist real quick as fuck, type of white people. And so I was like, I was just like, dang, like, I don't even want to be in this session no more. They came back, and they were like, oh, yeah, if homie's 15 years old, talking to a 30-year-old dude, and 23, 22 something, he's like, yo, I can sell, be the weed man for the studio. I'm like, nigga, go to school. Like, what is that? Like,
bro, isn't this truancy? Like,
right?
Bro,
No
it's a school day.
dude. I'm just like, yo. Crazy
Bro, get your ass to
sessions.
class, all right? SoundCloud rapping is saturated enough.
Yo,
we don't need another.
We gotta have an episode where we talk about just like the crazy shit we've seen in studios so far.
Oh, I got stories, man. We gotta do that.
That
Bro,
shit's
get it
good.
framed. You keep on getting cut off.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, my bad. I need to make sure that.
No, you're good. Hopefully I'm not like just my hair sitting in there.
Worst comes to worst, the audio is still there. So
we can still make it work.
yeah,
we can still make it work.
Look, guys, this is our first day.
take.
This is first day.
Second take.
Yeah, second episode.
Second episode.
So we're figuring it out as we go. So
Yeah.
not everything's gonna be perfect. We're gonna get better. I mean, I'm enjoying this so far, and it seems like this is gonna be really fun.
This shit's dope.
Anyways, we've been rambling for 37 minutes now, so we need to cut this episode off.
We in the fucking building. 100 fucking bottles.
I'm too early.
Hello.
Brand new morning, woke up just to see the sky.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday.
Hurricanes in my room, I'm in the eye. Quiet storms got me sleeping in the sky. Go and get my ride, bring here, baby, I'ma fly. I always do the most, I don't really know to try. I take it off the coast, I was on the other side. I put it on my life, this shit more than do or die. I see infinity, very shots, that's straight at E. Living by myself, it's moving like a ghost. Yoshi Mitchell, baby mama, just like my host. And I've been moving time, chemicals all in my mind. And I ain't seen my nigga, cause we all up on the ground.